Who's the best movie reviewer through and through? That's Movie Mania on YouTube. That's who. Why don't you stay a while and have your life reviewed?
Hello everybody, it is Matt and it is Fiendish Friday. I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I know I'm here an awful lot, but I do have an awful lot to review. And one last little tidbit of information. Check out the description box. I give you a bigger bite of every single movie of every single day, such as today I give you your starring cast, director, brief synopsis, runtime of the cut I am watching, and along with that I give you a link for where you can watch this bad boy for free. Now that I got all that said in mind and all that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. And today's came out back in 2019. It is called Flesh and Blood. It only runs for about 10 minutes. It's a very short. It stars Aquilina and Plunkett, and it is directed by Kayley McTrusty, or however it's pronounced. If I mispronounced any of your names, I am deeply sorry. But basically, what do we got going on here with this film? Ian plays the son, and Luke plays the father. So basically, the mother's left. Ian is basically the only person working, making any kind of effort to bring in any kind of money to help keep the apartment. Which you see a final notice note. So it's on the downslide for him. They're not doing so swell. And Luke, the father, is a alcoholic. He's constantly like he's not in the film very long, but the entire time that he has a beer in his hand or right next to him. He decides at one point, because Ian has taken on this job to where he's picking up packages. He doesn't know what's in them, but he delivers them and goes on his way. Now he's in the middle of a drop off. He is being followed by the police, which in turn makes him run. He flees to his house and hides there. And while he's there, he's getting these constant messages from the person that's supposed to receive the package, asking, "Where's the package at? Where are you at? Why haven't you delivered yet?" Things of that nature. And this is all going on while the father decides to make Ian have a seat, have a look like a steak. He cooks them both some food, and the whole time Ian is trying to break away and get off so he can go deliver his package, because you can tell he is really on edge. With every text message that he receives, it just gets worse and worse and worse, and the overall feeling that as a viewer you get is a fight or flight kind of feeling in ways, because if you're in this situation, what would you do? Would you deliver the packages? Would you ignore it altogether? Would you go to the police? Would you explain it to your father? One of those things that there's many offshoots of how you can go with this. But I think they chose the right direction. I think that it runs very well. You know, like I said, it's only 10 minutes, so it's a very short watch. Um, Now I'm done with spoiling any more of the movie of the film itself. I want to talk about the three things that I love my movies to meet. First and foremost is audio. The audio is very clean in this. It's done very well. There's no static backfeed, outside interferences. None of that's going on here. It's very good on its merit of audio. I really am happy because it can be a tricky situation getting audio down. So I'm going to give it an A plus. Onto the dialogue. The dialogue is very interesting, especially between Luke and Ian, the father and the son. They both have some really strong lines that are just so impactful that they just suck you into the story with great ease, you know. So I'm going to give it another A plus. Now the third and final thing is always going to be editing. Editing is a hard thing to do. I suck at it. I do my best I can. It takes a certain amount of patience, an eye for specific things, especially if you're cutting it together and you're not the director. When it's not your baby, it tends to go a different route. So I give them an A plus on this editing here because it keeps a nice steady momentum, forward pacing. No like drop offs in the pacing to it whatsoever. So I'm going to give it another A plus. Now I'm going to mention something else that I have not mentioned yet, and that is the camera work. The camera work is absolutely beautiful in this. I feel like they are constantly on the move, doing different shots, different angles, working it in different routes to where it looks very guerrilla. You know, it looks like guerrilla filmmaking at its finest. And then, by the way, I also wanted to mention that this is a Scottish film. This would, I believe, be my first Scottish film that I reviewed. Not a lot coming from that area, both Scotland and Ireland. They have their big directors, but as far as the smaller guy goes, they are very skimpy on that end. There's independent films being made, but just not like in as much as like either the UK or South Korea has a lot of shorts coming out of there. America, it's just the United States of America. Let me be precise. Canada has their fair share as well. So there's some interesting things that you can take from my review and go into this film and watch it and get a strong feeling of dread when things start going horribly awry with Ian's character, and then the nuisance almost of the father, because you know he's just really prying into Ian's life and really trying to make another connection. Alright guys, love your faces. Oh yeah, I forgot to give you my 1 through 5. My 1 through 5 is going to be a 4.5 out of 5. I really thoroughly enjoyed this. I think it's a good little watch. It doesn't get boring whatsoever. Alright guys, love your faces, and as always, peace. Oh, there's the button.